Tory is not very happy at all with this budget. He says that you turned your back on Toronto. What do you say to that?
Well, I'm disappointed in that analysis. I think Mayor Tory has talked about a couple of areas. He's talked about transportation and transit infrastructure. He's talked about housing, and when I look at the billions of dollars that we are investing in Toronto, whether it's in the Finch LRT, whether it's in Smart Track, whether it's in the Eglinton Crosstown, we're standing in my riding of Don Valley West. The Eglinton Crosstown is being built right across the middle of this city and in my riding. Whether it's the Scarborough Subway, the Shepherd LRT, Union Station, an additional $170 million in gas tax. We have made a significant investment and will continue to make a significant investment in transit and transportation infrastructure in the City of Toronto. Now, I know that Mayor Tory is talking about, well, what comes next? These are multi-year projects. Our infrastructure investment has gone from $160 billion to $190 billion over 13 years, and Toronto is a big part of that. On housing, we are very committed to both affordable and social housing. We're demonstrating that by putting $500 million from cap and trade revenue through the Climate Action Plan to restore and renovate social housing. Toronto will get $130 million of that. We're putting $200 million over the next 3 years to build 1,500 new supportive housing units. And the mayor has talked about the affordable housing program. We're putting $130 million just into Toronto to build affordable housing and allow people to have, for example, rent supplements so that they can find a place to live. And finally, the mayor talked about provincial land, and we're leveraging provincial land, exactly the properties that he talked about, whether it's Grosvenor, Grenville site, or the West Don lands. So we are meeting what the mayor is looking for in many, many ways. He's been our partner. We're going to continue to work with him, but make no mistake, I'm the Premier of the province of Ontario. So the mayor of Mississauga, the mayor of Kenora, both of whom I spoke to yesterday, they are important leaders, and those jurisdictions are extremely important to the province of Ontario as well. We get that Toronto is a big part of the engine of the economy in this province. So is the GTA. And the north is important, and the east and the southwest are important, and we're going to be working with all of those municipalities to make sure they thrive. Alison, and then I'll come to you.
For the centerpiece of the budget, the budget seemed a little thin on details for this pharmacare